Thank you for reminding me of that. Where am I going? Tuesday class. Okay. It's written as, and I'll write this down here, pull those over. Now, you'll notice that these equations are essentially the same. Wherever a is here, it's b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cos a. But then when you move b up in the front, the b and a just switch positions. So wherever there was a b before, there's an a. And wherever there's an a before, it's a b. So you don't, hypothetically, you don't need to memorize all three of these equations. You don't need to memorize in the first place. But you don't need to know all three of these. Because you could just label your triangle however you want. You could always make like the missing side be A. Okay? And just work from there. And that's what I might do. Well, this one's a little different. Okay? And the big thing to remember here is how it always works across. So this is like right here is like point A. So that means in there is angle A. Okay, the side across from it's side A. I'll write it in here, like so. Actually, I'll do B. Right, there's side A. Then for here, that's side B. So in here is going to be angle B, and over here is side B. So it's always across like such. What other color may I have here? Let's go pink. Then here, go pink, right? There's angle C, and across the way is side C. So as long as we can kind of organize this, the equation kind of is pretty easy. Okay? So I'm going to pull this down so we have it beside us. So in this question, we're looking to solve for side B here. Okay? We're looking to solve side B. Now, the first thing I would look at is, do I have buddies? Now, if I look here, I have one set of buddies, but I don't have another set of buddies. Okay, remember, buddies means sine law, which we worked on yesterday. So since we don't have buddies, we're not going to do sine law. And we can look here and we kind of have a sandwich with our piece of bread, and our lettuce in the middle. So we know we're going to use cosine law. Does that make sense to everyone right now of knowing that I figured out that we were going to use cosine law? Okay. Now, we have to look at here is, if I write down, so we're trying to find B. So I'm going to use this equation right here. So we're trying to find B, so I'm going to use this equation right here. So I'm going to write on the side here what all my values are to start. What's my A side? What's my B side? What's my C side? What's my C? So I need AC. I need, for lack of a better term, I need angle B. Can you guys help me out here and tell me what my A side is, what my C side is, and what my angle is? Please and thank you. I'm not looking right now, so I apologize if you were writing in there. Okay, so A is 8. All right. So remember, A is always across from the angle. So here's our A here. So if we go across, that's going to be our side A as such. So our A is going to be 12. Okay? Yeah, okay, Yosan, I got you. And then our C is going to be across from angle C. So that is going to be 8. The angle B here, there's our B side. So our angle here for B is 54. Does that make sense to everybody right now? How I broke that down? Okay. We'll do a couple more like this, just getting used to how it goes across. What I would do once I got a triangle like this is I would write A, B, C in there right away so I know what everything is, and then kind of organize from there. Now, I take my equation. I'm going to write out my whole equation. And I'm going to plug in my values. So B squared equals, I'll even color code them, 12 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 12 times 8 cos 54. Okay? Now, when you do this calculation, unless you have a really sweet calculator, and I'll do it multiple ways, here's how I'd recommend doing it. I would do this calculation first, okay? And then I would do this calculation separate and combine them. Okay, so if I was doing this here, I would do 12 squared plus 8 squared and get my number. So 208 is my number right here, 208. Then I do the second part. Now don't forget the negative in front of the 2. I would go negative 2, bracket 12, bracket 8, times, I think you even go to cos 54. You should get negative 1, let's say negative 113. We'll round. Minus 113. Okay? Can you guys do this on your calculators right now? I'm pretty sure you can all do 12 squared plus 8 squared. But make sure this blue number, can you get this number in the blue? Okay? Put a, what should we put in chat? Just put a Y in chat if you're able to get that 113. And tell me if you can't. More importantly, tell me if you can't get 113. And I'll help you out. Okay, Haley, what kind of calculator are you using? iPhone? All right, so for you, I would work backwards in all honesty, Haley. I'd work backwards. I would write 54 cos times 8 times 12 times 2 negative. Okay? Try that. And tell me if you got it. If you work backwards, it's kind of all the numbers kind of line up that way. right? Then we just add these two together. 208 minus 113 equals 95. Now, is 95 my answer? Yes or no? What do you think? No. Why, Farley? What do I have to do to it to get b all by itself? Because I have b squared right now. Good. I need to remove the exponent, so I need to take the square root of b squared. I take the square root of 95. Square root of b squared is just b. And the square root of 95 is 9.7. And always look back at your diagram. Because some people will leave it as 95, but there's no way you have a side of 8, a side of 12, and then a huge side of 95. It just doesn't make sense. So use your logic there as well. Now, for the people who have a calculator like this, you can honestly do it all at once. So I could go 12 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 bracket 12. Oops, I messed up. Bracket 12, bracket 8, cos 54. That's going to give me 95, which I'm jumping this step and going right to here. Then I could just go, oops, I could just press square root and be there. Does that make sense to everyone? What I just showed you there? Okay. Now, some people who don't have an actual scientific calculator or couldn't download that app, some people have been using Desmos, which is also Desmos Scientific Calculator, which you can probably type it in the exact same way all the way through. Okay. Let's do another question here real quick, where we try to find a sign. I'm going to pull up a question. Oops. There we go. Did that come over? What in the world's going on? Oh. Right. My computer's frozen here for a second. Right. I'll fix that after. Okay. So here's the same question, but that's a sine law question. Jeez Louise, nothing's working for me right now. There we go. Copy this. Paste that. Put it here. All right. We can all see this question now. Sorry for the delay. So the first thing I would do, besides zoom out and make it really awkward, I'll pull this over. Now, the very first thing I would do here is I would relabel this triangle. Who cares about H, right? There's no H's in our formula, okay? So let's use I always like trying to find A because it's the first one. Right? So I'm going to relabel this triangle like such. I'm going to put an A there, a B there, and a C here, which would make, I'm going to color these up. I'm going to put a B here and a C here. Okay? Which would make this side, since it's a cross, be side A. This side is side B, and this side is side C. Does that make sense to everybody? How I just kind of relabeled my triangle? And we can get rid of that. Who cares what letter it is? Right? Does that make it, does that make sense? Number one. And it makes it a little bit easier, I want to say. Okay? All I did was relabel it so it fits my formula, which then makes it easier to plug in. Okay? So now, since I know I'm finding side A, I can look at it and go, okay, I'm going to use this formula here. Since I'm trying to find little a here. All right. I want you guys right now to fill in this next section before I do. Okay? So fill in all your numbers in this section. And put a D in chat when you're all done that. Ethan, there's a, well, not an announcement from the government. There was word from the government yesterday that the announcement on schools will come in the next day or two. Okay? So that'd be like today or tomorrow. That announcement on schools will come. With that being said, I saw a tweet yesterday with someone that said supposedly health units were asking school boards if they'd be willing to send, so in some areas they may put elementary kids back in school, but secondary kids will stay out of school. Okay, that's not fact or anything like that. I just saw a tweet saying that some health units might be asking their school boards within the area along those lines. Kate's here. There's your T's here. Kovats here. Kovats is a sleepyhead. Me's here. Logan. Haley I've seen. Miller I've seen. Andreas I saw. Jackson. Sambito's here. Jaden's here. Okay. Right. But I don't know what the stats are behind that, Ethan. I would assume that there'd be some kind of stats behind it saying that kids, like for mental health, it may be affecting kids worse in elementary for the social. Well, generally, like elementary kids, like grade ones, stuff, they may not be able to get as much done cognitively as high school kids would, right? But Ben, if you think about it, your semester is only like 3 or 4 weeks long. So actually, like 2 weeks in a class is like 30. We do 3 lessons a day sometimes, which is equivalent of like 3 days a week, 3 days of regular school. So like a week of school is like worth 3 weeks of regular class. So 2 weeks of regular class is like worth over a month of school. Does that make sense? So like it may only be 3 weeks, but it's actually like a big chunk of school.
If we went back in person, that would be so awesome.
It would. I would much rather be in person. But whatever's the best for health wise.
That would be just so nice.
Okay, tell me, put a Y in chat if you got something that looks like this in your setup. So that's what your setup should look like. I'm gonna fix my 6. Okay. All right, then let's run the numbers. I want you to try in your calculator to run the numbers. You can run it all the way to the end if you want. I'm going to do the long version. So I'm going to do these two numbers together. And I'm going to do all these numbers together. And then bring them down here. If you have a calculator or you're using Desmos where you can plug it all in, that's fine. Okay? A lot of this here is like getting used to how your calculator works and knowing how to use it properly. And if we're off by like a number or two, that's fine. So if you don't have the exact number I have, what letter should we put in chat? Let's put a Z in chat if you got the right answer on your calculator. Z's been ignored this whole time. Good. And put a Q in chat if you did not get the right answer and need some assistance with your calculator. Okay, Abigail. What type of calculator are you using?
A scientific one.
So like the one I have?
It's a bit different. I don't think I have all the same buttons, but
okay,
might be.
So were you able to get my blue number first?
Yes.
Okay, so you weren't able to get the pink number. So try to type it in like this, Abigail. Just go -2 times 146 times 88 times cos 53.
I got -1361888.
Okay, is your calculator on degrees up top or rads?
Degrees.
Degrees. And you have it typed in just like I have?
Yeah.
133.
-1361888. Yeah.
Okay, what do you get when you press cos 53 in? Press cos 53 and press enter.
I just get 53.
So when you press cos 53, your answer is?
Cos 53. I just get 53.
Okay. What happens if, okay, do this. Go 53 and then press cos. Then press equals. What do you get?
0.60185. That, yeah.
So you need to type it in backwards. Okay, so I want you to type it in like this. Go 53, then cos, then times 88, times 146, times -2.
Negative 15464
Yeah.
point whatever.
Yeah, so we got the right answer now.
Oh, okay. Huh. So I
Okay.
just have to put it in backwards.
Yeah, yours acts like an iPhone calculator.
Okay.
Every calculator is a little bit different. You just have to get used to how yours works.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you want to use like a ratio, you have to type in the number and then press the number, and it gives you your answer right away.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Riley, what does an A mean? I said Z or Q. You're killing me, kid.
Oh my god, I meant to say that.
Okay.
Dude, my bad.
That's no problem. I'm just busting a little bit. All right. So that's how you find a side using cosine law. So now let's do an angle. And I'm going to hop back. And I can't express more how printing out, like doing your notes to future self will help you. Because if you look at like this chart here will help you. Because right now our triangles don't have 90 degrees. They don't have buddies. So that kicks us down to using cosine law. Okay. I have a little diagram here that shows like angle A, angle B, side B, angle C, side C, so you can kind of help set your triangles up. I'm going to grab this, and this is in here for you to copy down. Let's put it over here. So here is our cosine law. Okay. So the first thing I would do would be label my sides, so I don't get confused about what side's what. Okay, it kind of just helps me get started. So the ones across from it, so angle C is here, so this is going to be side C, all right? Then I'm going to go over here where side B is over, sorry, angle B is over here. That's my angle B, so this is side B over here. And then lastly, my angle A is over here, so my side A is over there. That would be the first thing I do. It just kind of helps me organize what goes where. Now in this case, we're trying to find side C. I mean angle C right here. This is the question right here. We're trying to find this. I'm going to erase these two guys. So since we're trying to find that, I don't have a purple, we're going to use this formula right here. Okay? I would not be upset if you wanted to rearrange it and label this A, but they're all the same. The letters just switch places. Okay? So if I'm doing this, I'd write cos C equals A squared plus B squared minus C squared divided by 2AB. Now it's the same as before, we're just going to fill in our numbers. So that's 6.7 squared plus, where's my B side? 4.8 squared. Do you guys want me to color code my numbers right now? Yes or no? Nah? Okay. No one's saying yes. Minus 2 squared divided by 2 times, what's my A side? 6.7 times 4.8. Now, oh, we still have cos over here. Now, what I do here is I do this calculation first. I put it on top. And then I do this calculation down here. I put it on the bottom before I do my division. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense, everyone. Do the top first, do the bottom. This would be really hard. It's not impossible, but it would be really hard to do on your calculator all at once. Okay? You could, especially Desmos would do this for you perfectly. Desmos would actually be the easiest place to do this. But if you're using a normal calculator, I would use this. So I'll move this over here. So I have 6.7 squared plus 4.8 squared minus 2 squared equals, let's round to 64. 64, and then I have 2 times 6.7 times 4.8, which equals, oh, I needed, sorry, I should have used decimal places. So it's at 64.32. Oops. 64.32. And what was my other calculator number? 63.93. What was the actual numbers? I don't like those numbers. Yeah, they are. Is everybody on track with me so far? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Now, we do this calculation now. We divide those two numbers with each other. So 63.93 divided by 64.32 gives me 0.9939. Now, does that make sense for an angle? Or what do I have to do to this here? I have cos C equals 0.9939. What do I need to do for this last step? Because I just want C by itself. Good, isolate C. Perfect. Farley, now tell me how to do it. It's like you telling you want me to make a cake for your birthday, but you never tell me how. What's going to go in front here? Good. Cos -1. Okay. So you should get 6.3 degrees. So put a Y in chat if you're able to get 6.3 degrees. Put a J in chat if you need help with it. So J means help. Y means you got that number of 6.3 degrees. Okay, Abigail. We just worked with your calculator before, didn't we?
I don't know what's up with my calculator.
All right, so did you get this number, the 0.9939?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do that first. C3.93. Now every calculator is different. There's some I hate, there's some I love, but once you get to know it, ooh, what the did I do? 64.32. So we have this number here. So
Yeah.
press second function or shift on your calculator. And then there should be like a cos to the -1. Like above where your cos is.
Okay.
There's cos to the -1. Press that button.
Yeah.
Did you get 6.3, or did you have to press equal after?
Oh wait. 0.99399
Yeah.
equals. I'm still getting 0.99984 and so on.
Okay, so then press second function or shift, and then cos, then press equals.
I got 90.
Okay, I'll come back and work with you after.
Okay.
Okay. As long as we get to the very last step, I'm happy. Right? We can work with that after. All right. Let's do one more. I like this one. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a minute. I want you to get to this step here. And I'll zoom out so you can see the other one. But I want you to get to where we have it written down. Cos something. I won't give it away. Or cos A. I'll give that away. Because we're trying to find angle A equals what? I want you to fill in those numbers. Okay? Is that achievable for everyone? Yes, no? Put a G in chat if you think you're good to go with that challenge. Put an N in chat if you're like, you're absolutely nuts. All right. Okay, perfect. So put a, when you're all done, you think you have it all filled in, put a D in chat so I know that you're all done so I can start working on it. Remember, the first thing I would do is label your sides. I think that's the easiest. I think that's the best strategy. Oh. Haley's done. All right, I'm gonna start working away at it slowly here. If you guys are all done, you can keep working on it and see if you can get the final answer. Okay. Now, I may label my B different from your B, and your C different from your C, but we'll still get the same answer. Okay. B and C are interchangeable. Okay. So don't get worried if I label my C in a different spot than your C. You'll still get the right answer. Right? And like the numbers may be switched around when I write them down here. So as long as they're 10 and 11 in the spots, that's fine. 10 squared plus 11 squared. So how many people got theirs to look like mine? As I said, the 10 and 11 might switch spots. It might be 11 squared plus 10 squared. Put a Y in chat if you're able to get this. Put a question mark if there's something here in mine that you don't understand how it got there. Okay. Okay, good. So let's do the I'm going to do the calculation on the top. 10 squared plus 11 squared. Nice. So I got 140 on top. And I got 2 times 10 times 11. I got 220 on the bottom. .64. Put an S in chat if there's any surprises so far that I got. Anything so far that you're surprised with. Okay, good. And then let's go cos -1, 0.64. 50, approximately 50 degrees. What letter should we do next? Put an F in chat if you got it right. And put a L in chat if you got lost on the way. Okay. Good. I'll only have to work on Abigail's calculator. So if you understand those two concepts, work on it. We'll figure it out. If you understand those two concepts, that's how we do sine law. Okay. The big thing here that you start off by realizing you don't have buddies, then you work from there. I will give you, one second here. Oops. I'll move this over so it lines up. I sent it in the back. Yeah. Fine. Anyways, let's take a look at your homework. Make sure we're all good. Homework, Tuesday practice. There's 6 questions there. Let's highlight the ones I want you to do. This one would be good. All right, so what's that? 1A, question 2, 5, and 6. I'll write it in chat. 1A, 2, 5, 6. Okay, those are the questions that you can do. That's the only ones I'm real concerned about. If you can do those, I'm not going to have you draw triangles on your quiz or test or anything like that, besides word questions. So, let's say 11 o'clock again. And we'll go to the meeting 2 in D2L. Right? I'll go back and make it not an assignment for you. Okay. Any questions besides Abigail? And I'll be online for any questions you have to help you work through stuff.
What time did you say we're gonna come back?
11 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Gabe, if you're still on the line, we can practice a couple of these.
Oh,
I'm
heck
done with
yeah,
Abigail.
please.
Okay. Once I'm done with Abigail, we can start working stuff through. Abigail, what's the model number on your calculator? You said Casio? Or what kind is it?
It says Scientific Calculator BD-107i.
Is it a Staples one?
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
like this?
Yeah.
Where's your cosine and sine?
At the top in the circle thingy.
Oh, in the circle thing. Okay, so what happens when you go... Let's just try this right now. Press 0.5, second function sine. Tell me what answer you got there.
30.
Oh, I forgot second function. Now I'm messing up. You got me messed up. You got 30. Okay. Now let's go 0.5 second function cos. Tell me what you got there.
60.
Okay, why is it not working? So let's go back to our question. We have the button strokes right. All right, let's go back to this one. The 0.64. So go 0.64, second function cos.
50.2. I'm not
Okay,
sure
good.
what I was doing the first time to get 57.6.
Okay, let's try this one then, the 0.9939.
Okay, 6.3. I think I was doing it backwards.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
This is what's hard about online. Like figuring out like in class, I just walk over and boom, it'd be done in 30 seconds. But online, it's kind of hard sometimes. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Thank you.
All right, you're good to go. Now that would help out, Abigail. Probably your like 90-degree trig, where you're getting wrong answers, where you had to find the angles of things as well.
Okay.
And like your other trig questions, I saw that in your response. You were struggling with the other trig questions, I want to say. Did you do? Yeah, there you are. Yeah. So that might help out, like using the calculator, like having the know how to do that. You'll be fine. You'll be a lot better.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Mr. O, you can teach me this entire concept. Honestly, man, last night I was up till 4 in the morning, so I was really sleeping through a lot of this. So.
What are you doing up till 4 in the morning?
Physically, Mr. O, I cannot sleep. I haven't slept like good in the last like 3 months.
Well, did you have a nap?
Yeah, I had a nap this morning. That's the only time I get sleep is in the mornings.
No, but did you have a nap yesterday during the day?
Never. I never nap during the day. I only nap in the morning.
Interesting. But wait, when you say nap in the morning, you mean you slept from...
Usually just turn this on, and then I try to stay awake, but I'm not strong enough to get out of bed, so then I just come in and out of sleep every time your voice talks.
You got to get out of bed.
I know, man. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
You got to get out and like go somewhere
I gotta shower. If I shower before, I'm golden. I just gotta make sure that I can get myself up. My alarm clock. I set my alarm for 7 to wake up this morning and do some work. And no, it just went off and it didn't even hear it. Didn't even turn it off. Just
You need to get up, have a shower, and go sit at your kitchen table.
Yeah.
That's going to help you get set up. Okay. I gotta turn this on.
So teach me this cosine with the squared stuff.
Oh my gosh. Killing me. We'll walk through a question. I'm super interested. We're tearing up our lawn today. So I want to see what the people have done. All right. So, where's my mouse?
Do we join the other meeting at 11?
Yeah, I'll move over there right before 11. Which
Okay.
reminds me, thanks. I'm gonna drop 1 second here. Gabe, you're gonna have to wait 30 seconds.
No.
I'm gonna delete block 3 and 2. So apparently I made them assignments by accident. Great. Meeting options. I gotta change this so kids that can't kick other kids out of the meeting because they're little punks.
We haven't had any issues with that in a long time. Everyone just blames it on me, man. It's so ridiculous because I did it like one time to Riley in like the first class, and now everyone just thinks it's me.
All right, we don't have issue with it because I've got rid of it. All right, block 2. Let me make block 3 on here. Okay, get this triangle written down first. Sketch that triangle down. Oh, I need to stop recording.